Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dallas Daily Show. So excited to be talking a little bit more about the lessons from the Hermitage. This is part 3, the Hawaiian prayer. Let's go ahead and get into the conversation. So this week I've been talking to you about my trip to the Hermitage. Hopefully you've had a chance to listen to a couple of those episodes. Today I want to talk about this Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. All right, it's the Hawaiian prayer, and if you've never heard of this, it's beautiful. There's a beautiful practice into it. The Ho'oponopono is it's 4 simple phrases, and I'll tell you what those phrases are in just a moment. I want to just kind of tell you why I went through this process. So one of the things, there was a couple of reasons I went on the retreat. Number one, I had to create space, just had to. Number two, I kind of needed to reconnect to some of my purpose for my own business. Like, who do I want to serve, and niche down a little bit more? And what do I want 2025 to look like? Not just from a business point, but also from a personal standpoint, right? But there was another reason I went, and it was simply, I knew there was some blockages in my own life. I knew there was some stuff that was holding me back, subconscious things that I had not faced, old programming I had not been a part of, or had not was still kind of compartmentalized, and I had not fully integrated, and even some old guilt, some old shames, some old pains, some people that I hadn't forgiven or that I hadn't asked for forgiveness. Right? We all wound people as we go through our lives. We all it occurs. It's part of it's an unfortunate side effect of the human condition, and it's also part of the beauty of the human condition is the ability to we can wound, but also perhaps we can heal each other. And too often, when we break with relationship, we break away, and there's never any chance for that reconciliation. And so I just had some old thoughts that I was like, oh, maybe this is holding me back. Maybe some of these subconscious beliefs are holding me back from the success that I want to have in my life. And I had heard about this thing called the Hawaiian prayer. I actually, in yesterday's episode with Tessa Greenspan, she was the one who first introduced me to this. A couple of weeks, we're talking with another guy named Duke Worthington on the Midweek Mind Shift. Yes, that is his name, Duke Worthington. You'll look forward to that. But he and I also talked about this, but it's in the show notes how you spell it, but it's pronounced Ho'oponopono. All right. And it is a Hawaiian prayer, and it's simply 4 phrases. And you go into it with this idea of this person in mind that either you've wounded or maybe has wounded you. It's just kind of a release prayer. Okay. And it's 4 phrases. It means, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's very simple. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So it's like, it's righting the wrong, asking for that forgiveness, feeling that release, and then sending a different frequency, sending a different sense of love toward that person. The Ho'oponopono is so powerful. And in its simplicity, you think to yourself, this isn't how simple. So what I did was I spent some time after my contemplative prayer, and on Saturday, I just started thinking of open accounts, people that I had been wounded by, or people that I knew I had wounded over the years. And it took me back in my memory. There have been people in the last 3, 4, 5 years that I know I've wounded, and there's no chance of reconciliation. They won't take my calls, or they, blocked me. I wounded them. There are other people that I've wounded that are still in my life and still in relationship. And while I've said I'm sorry, for some reason I still held on to the stuff. And then there's other people who wounded me years ago, people who said stuff to me. I had a memory pop up from when I was 7 years old. I'm in my mid 40s now. And I had a memory pop up from a really long time ago. Now there's techniques like IFS, the internal family systems, and there's things that you can study where there's you bring those exiles back in and you reintegrate them. This was kind of a similar experience. I just kind of thought through all of these offenses I had held as well as offenses I had caused. And then I went through the whole Ho'oponopono. So I wrote down the name of every one of these people, and I sat at the top of this hill. It was beautiful. It's overlooking the Mississippi River. I sat at the top of this hill on this bench, and there's a crucifix there. So you've got the image of the cross and the corpus of Christ, and it's there because it's kind of like an outdoor chapel. But I just sat there, and in my imagining, I imagined that I pictured each of these people sitting beside me. And I went through those 4 phrases. I said, I'm sorry. And I just felt it. And then I paused and I said, please forgive me. And then it was, thank you. I felt their forgiveness. I could imagine them saying, it's okay. I said, thank you for the release. And then it was I love you. And it was sending them that love. And I thought of where they might be today in that moment. And I thought, I don't know where that person is. I don't know where that man, that woman, that friend, that old relationship, I don't know where they are in the world, right? And I just went, I'm going to send you love wherever you are. And I think there's something really powerful about that. And I'd like to challenge you to maybe do the same exercise, the Ho'oponopono. And the 4 phrases are, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Just imagine, I felt so much freedom at the end of this. It just felt like weights of years had been lifted off my shoulders because I held on to some stuff for way too long. What are you holding on to that maybe you need to release? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Ho'oponopono. It would be a great practice for you to consider. And we're coming up on the weekend, so maybe it's a good weekend to do it. All right, my friends, that's all I got for you today. Go out there, have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to DallasDailyShow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.